tonight's concern, same lineup, same approach, or are you looking at potential tweaks, or what is sort of the mythology going into tonight?
Very similar lineup. Obviously, Apps is out for the night. But beyond that, very similar looking lineup. Yes.
And if Richard comes in for Mason, has that been determined yet?
Well, we've got with Ryan Donato in. Nate Bastian also comes back into the lineup. He's done a real good job for us. You know, we made a change to the lineup the other night. Not because we were disappointed with his play. We just, we wanted a little bit different look on that line. So Nate will come back in tonight and go back into his role.
Dave, you're about to face a Minnesota team that's clearly been on a roll this season, 5-1, most sound. You talked about offensively and defensively. For a team that you talked about has emphasized trying to play quicker these last few days, how do you try to compare that or keep that approach against a team that's so sound structurally and physically?
Well, it's just an awareness that they're a very competitive team. They play well within their structure, and they do that throughout their lineup. So for us, it's a real good challenge. In order to be able to meet that head on and do that, play our game consistently through the 60 minutes.
Hayden talked about the importance of making sure they were boxing out, just given how Minnesota plays the rebounds and shots on goal. What else do you want to see?
Well, to that note, these guys get the puck to the net and they get around the net very, very well. But the focus for us is on us. We need to continue building off of what we are, and for us, we got to continue working as a team to be really hard to play against and defend well. That's not just in your own defensive zone. That's all the way up and down the rink. Make sure we have good structure when we're playing hard together without the puck as a group of five. From there, just our puck play is so important to us in terms of execution and getting up ice and doing that quickly.
A couple of young stars over there. How much do you focus on getting matchups and really keying in on those individual players?
Well, without taking ourselves out of our most important rhythm, that's always a factor. Obviously, at home we have a little bit more of an opportunity to do some matching. But as you saw the other night, we didn't have any hard matchups. But there is, when you look at either D pairs or certain forward lines, there's some matchups that we'd like to see and some that we'd like to avoid.
Sorry, go ahead. Okay. You talked about a need for some improvement in certain areas after the game the other night. Have you been able to touch on those a little bit in practice last?
Yeah, no, I touched on, I felt like we had some soft play with the puck, especially during the second period, that we have to clean up. That's, for me, that's the biggest area.
With Brandon Tanev, what do you attribute all of the early success with him?
With Brandon, he's just such a competitor. He plays the game with great pace. That allows him to be effective in a lot of different ways. It allows him to be an effective forward checker. He can get back up ice and help out defensively. But it also makes him an effective player offensively. You saw him in transition the other night, getting up ice and picking his spot to stretch a little bit or come from underneath with his speed. So I think those factors, his competitiveness, his the pace and the speed that he can play with, are big factors for him.
Staying with Brandon, what's maybe a facet or two of his game that now that you see it up close, you maybe have a greater appreciation of it before compared to when you watched it on tape? And then also, was he ever a guy you looked at recruiting when you were at UND?
Question number two, I don't recall that we did, but we should have. I don't know, just with Brandon, probably the part that people don't know is you've seen you've seen some finish for him. The other night he had a couple good opportunities in tight, and he has some pretty good poise there. You think back to his goal in Columbus. That was a heck of a play offensively. So That is, would be the area, his finish in and around the net and the poise that he has in and around the blue paint.
If you had a fast start the other night, which you always want to do, what's the key to coming out fast? Is it a mental thing in the room? Is it warm-up? Is it a speech you give them in the room before?
No, it's definitely not the speech. It's a mindset. It becomes a mindset, and it's a real important part of preparation and an important part of the game. You're not necessarily going to win the hockey game, by coming out and having a good start. But you start looking, statistically, this is a hard league to fight from behind in, and especially at home, that's not a position you want to be in all that often.
Coach, as an expansion team, you don't have a lot of guys that have played together previously, no holdover players who teach the system. So given your track record and having coached in this league years in the past, where is this group at progress-wise? I mean, you've had camp and preseason, but can you kind of compare what a normal team would be going for, a holdover team with a bunch of returning players, and where you guys are at?
Yeah, every year is a little different challenge in terms of really building that chemistry and cohesion on a team, and every team has those struggles. Whether you have a lot of returning and veteran players that have played together for a lot of years, or not. Obviously, the first scenario it gives you a head start and is an advantage, but it doesn't really guarantee anything in terms of really gelling together as a great team. We're making progress. We made progress through training camp. I thought the road trip. We started the year 5-8. That presents a lot of different challenges that have a way of working to tighten the group up. So I would say that we're making progress. We're not there yet, nor would I expect to be there yet. But we've really liked as a staff, we've liked the reactions of our team, led by our veteran group, but inclusive of everybody in that dressing room.
Thanks, Dave.
Great, thank you.